Hello guys, welcome back to the Hitchcock Takeover here on Beyond the Realms, and today I'm going to be reviewing yet another film out of the Masterpiece Collection Blu-ray set. And today's film is from 1956, entitled The Man Who Knew Too Much, as you can see starring Doris Day and Jimmy Stewart. The Man Who Knew Too Much tells the story of the McKenna family. Ben, played by James Stewart, Joe, played by Doris Day, and their son Hank. They are on vacation in Morocco. Ben is a practicing doctor from Indianapolis, Indiana, right here in my hometown. And they're on a bus on their way into Morocco, and they start talking to this guy, Louis Bernard. Seems like a very nice guy. You know, Ben starts telling him where he works and all this stuff. And then once they break away from him, Joe, is kind of suspicious and starts to say, what do you know about that man? He didn't say anything about himself, but he knows everything about you. It kind of gets Ben to thinking. Well, Louis Bernard offered to take them out to dinner that night. He shows up to their hotel, and right when they're getting ready to leave, this strange guy shows up at the door. And quickly Louis Bernard leaves. And, it's just an odd situation. Well, the McKennas decide to go ahead and go out to dinner, and they end up meeting up with another American couple there, the Draytons, and take up, friendship with them, have dinner with them. The next day, they are out walking around Morocco, and they hear, they see this guy come running up to him, and police chasing him, and he has been stabbed. And it looks like an Arab guy, and Ben quickly realizes that it's Louis Bernard in disguise. And Louis Bernard whispers something in his ear about some type of official in London that's going to be assassinated. And, Ben is very shocked by this, and then Louis dies. So they end up going to the authorities and all this, and the authorities tell them, Louis Bernard was a French intelligence agent that was there on a secret mission. And very soon thereafter, Hank, of course, had been staying with the Draytons while the McKennas were out doing this stuff. And soon after, Ben receives a call, and he says, the person on the other line says that if you say anything about what Louis Bernard told you, we'll kill your son. And it also finds out that he's been kidnapped, and Ben is really taken back by this. And so all along they have to, they're trying to figure out should they say something, and they're also trying to find their son. So it's a really hard battle for them, trying to make sure their son's okay and also doing what's right. So that's, the basic story of The Man Who Knew Too Much. Now, for those of you that don't realize this is actually a remake, and it is a remake of Hitchcock's own film entitled the same thing from, I believe, 1932. He had to fulfill his obligations to Paramount, and he wasn't real keen on doing this. He didn't really want to remake one of his films, but Paramount wanted it, so he decided to go ahead and do it. And do it with a bigger budget, a better crew, a better cast. So, lo and behold, Hitchcock even did a remake. And, this film was really awesome. It was really, really cool. One of the things you're going to notice right off the bat with this is when they're in Morocco, there's a lot of composite shots. And, I watched this on DVD for the first time, and you could see it. I mean, you can tell it, obviously. But on this new Blu-ray print, it's glaringly obvious when they do the composite shots because, the people that's in the real shot look so much better than the composite shot that's behind them. And a lot of that happens during the Morocco scenes. But as it goes along, you're not going to see that as much. But, one of the things that was really cool about this film and how it played out in a real type of manner is the way, when Ben finds out their son's been kidnapped, he doesn't want to tell his wife right away because he's really scared. He doesn't know what to do. And, they get back to their hotel. Joe is really tired. She just wants to go to bed. And Ben's trying to convince her to take this medicine. he's just trying to get her to take this. It's some type of relaxant, downer. She doesn't want to do it. She's like, hey, I'm tired anyway. I'm ready to go to bed. He's like, no, I know you get worked up. You get tense. Just take this. He gets her to take it. But then he tells her right away before the pills even take place, before they even take effect. And, I mean, just her breakdown, it's heartbreaking to see. I mean, she's very distraught, as any parent would be. And, their whole battle to find him throughout the film, it's sad. I mean, they're really... torn. I mean, you really believe these characters are missing their son. They play it so believably well. Doris Day and Jimmy Stewart, I mean, they have a great chemistry on the screen. And you really feel what they're going through, by what they have to experience, and the trouble they're going through trying to figure out where their son is and who has their son. And another thing that's really awesome about this film that I loved is towards the end, there is a big scene in the very famous Albert Hall over in London. And there's one sequence in particular where Joe figures out who the murderer is and what's going on. And there is a band on stage playing, and Joe is down on the lower level looking up and watching this guy that she comes to know as being the killer. And this whole scene is just incredibly shot, and the way it plays out. It took me a little while to think about this and really understand how awesome the shot is, because on the stage is the band that's playing the song, which is really the theme of the movie, and Bernard Herrmann, who does the score, is actually on the stage conducting the band, and it's like 12 minutes long. It's at least 10 minutes, but I think it's like 12 minutes long of no dialogue whatsoever. It's all facial expressions, emotions, and you come to realize that she knows who this guy is, and it's all through just body language and the way the scene's played out. It's amazing, and it's an amazing scene, how it works, and it's great. But I really enjoyed this film a lot. Doris Day is gorgeous in this film. I don't understand why she did, but she retired in 1968. She's still alive now at 90 years old, living in California. But after she did her own show, the Doris Day Show, in 1968, she retired. Jimmy Stewart, of course, is awesome in this. Just fantastic. This is, I believe, the second film he did. Yeah, no, this is the third film he did with Hitchcock. He's great as always. Very concerned father and just a man who wants to do the right thing. And there's a song in this that was a very big hit. It's called "Whatever Shall Be, Que Sera, Sera." And I knew the song. I've heard the song before. And after watching the film, it's the type of song that sticks in your head. I dare you to say it doesn't if you see this film, like it or not, the song. But Doris Day sings it a few times in the story. It plays into the story. And that song also went on to win Best Original Song Oscar, actually. And it became the theme song of her show, so that's pretty cool. But The Man Who Knew Too Much, guys, I think it's a really great film. It's not my favorite out of the Hitchcock-Stewart collaborations, but I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Cool though. I mean, it's cool and it's a good story. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I think it's a fantastic film, but I tend to like a couple more of the other films better in this collaboration. But yeah, great. You can find it in this box set. I know there's also a DVD release you can get for like $10 or less. Very easy to find. It's for rent on iTunes, I think for $3.99. It's not on Netflix. But yeah, it's out there. It's readily available and easy to find. That is The Man Who Knew Too Much. I hope you guys check it out. I hope you are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Later.